Hi, my name's Susie Loader and I'm a School and College Engagement Officer from the University of Exeter. In this video, I'll be providing some advice and guidance about degree apprenticeships, about what they are, and as of this recording in May 2024, the information is up to date and correct, but if you're watching after this date, please do see our website for further details. What I'll be covering in this session is what degree apprenticeships actually are and how they differ from other higher education courses. I'll provide some detail about how they work and what you might expect when you're studying on one. I'll provide an insight into the student experience with some profiles of current degree apprenticeship students, as well as an indication of the career path and destinations that these programs can lead to. I'll end with some guidance about how to make a strong application for a degree apprenticeship course. So what exactly are degree apprenticeships? In a nutshell, they're a job with training. These jobs with training are fully funded with a salary from day one of your job. So that's a key difference between that and traditional university courses, because you are fully funded, your tuition fees would be covered by your employer and you'd be earning a salary at the same time. On a degree apprenticeship, you'd be studying towards a full degree award and an apprenticeship standard that will give you a range of valuable professional qualifications. Degree apprenticeships involve at least 6 hours per week of off-the-job training, and this is the study time for your degree. Studying for a degree apprenticeship allows you to graduate debt-free with several years of highly relevant work experience. I just want to touch briefly on the different levels of apprenticeship because they are offered across a range of educational levels which are equivalent to others. You can see an indication of those different levels on this slide here. When we're talking about degree apprenticeships, this can mean graduating at level 6 with an undergraduate degree, or at level 7, which includes a postgraduate degree qualification or a master's. There are some key myths versus reality I'd just like to talk you through. There's lots of misconceptions about degree apprenticeships. Perhaps one of the biggest ones is that people view degree apprenticeships, or have done historically, as being for people that can't get through a normal, in inverted commas, full-time degree, and that's just not the case. Degree apprenticeships are rigorous and require excellent time management skills. Some people believe that full-time degree students get better support, including an academic mentor, but again, that's really not true of degree apprenticeships. They offer as much support because you've got your academic support through your university, but you also have support in your place of employment through your employer mentor. Some people think that to do a degree apprenticeship you need to live near the university, and that's not always the case. Lots of places offer flexible learning, and as we at the University of Exeter work with employers all over the country, our learning is flexible, either in residential blocks or in hybrid learning online. Some people are concerned that degree apprenticeships don't offer the full experience, and again, that's not necessarily the case. Apprenticeships offer residential periods on campus, and as a degree apprenticeship student, you would have access to all of the university facilities, the same as a student studying for a fully university-based course. The last one, hopefully, is pretty self-explanatory. It is a complete myth that degree apprentices don't learn as much as full-time degree students, because degree apprentices learn a lot and gain vital work experience alongside their studies. In terms of what kind of sectors and apprenticeship jobs are out there, most job sectors offer apprenticeship opportunities in the UK, each with a range of specific roles. So it's not an exhaustive list I'm about to talk you through, as most sectors in the UK now actively recruit apprentices. And the kind of things that might include in business, for example, might be accounting and marketing, human resources, recruitment and sales, but there's lots of other degree apprenticeship roles coming out at the moment. So things like building, plumbing, quantity surveying, information and security software development, paralegal, legal executive or solicitor services, as well as roles in healthcare such as nursing, dental nursing, youth work, engineering, both civil, mechanical and electrical engineering apprenticeships, and also in other roles like the media, with journalism, live events and costume design, and finance, so for example investment operations and financial services. Apprenticeships are focused on training you to become competent in a particular job, so they're designed to fill gaps in the market. They're created by groups of employers who come together to meet a skills gap or a need in their business or their sector. Apprenticeships are designed to give you the knowledge, skills and professional behaviours you need to thrive in your future career. So they are very career specific, but they are designed by employers, or kind of created by employers, because they know they have a gap in that particular area of their market. In terms of salaries, there are legal minimum wages for apprenticeships. These depend on age and the length of time of a programme. As of April 2024, these are the amounts you can see on this slide. So employers must ensure they're paying these legal minimums. However, they are free to pay more than this, and they often do. And higher level apprentices do tend to get paid more as well for their experience. Many of our apprentices at the University of Exeter start on really competitive salaries, and with as much as £23,000 per year, which, if you're working in London, which isn't bad for your first proper full-time job. So how do apprenticeships actually work? Well, as I mentioned at the beginning, these are jobs with training. Now this means that you're in a paid role as a member of staff receiving a salary from day one. It also means that you receive all the benefits that go with that, including paid holidays. On an apprenticeship programme, the organisation who support and guide your studies are known as a training provider. With a degree apprenticeship, this will be a university, like the University of Exeter. So by studying a degree apprenticeship programme, you're also a full student of a university, which means you have access to the student support services, career support clubs and societies, just like a student on a full-time degree programme would do. Apprenticeships are formal, long-term jobs with an employment contract. They're covered by employment law. They're funded by the government and include recognised qualifications and follow a national set of standards, so you know you've got that consistency. They are available to anyone over 16. Obviously, it's likely that 16-year-olds will be on level 2 or level 3 apprenticeships, and of course, many adult employees also undertake apprenticeships to gain further training. Doing an apprenticeship does mean narrowing your options down to one job role. So if you're an aspiring apprentice, you should be thinking at this stage that you are clear about the career aims you want to follow. If you're someone who wants to keep their options more open, you would possibly be more suited to a full-time university course, as these may well be more research-based. Degree apprenticeships have more of a practical focus than full-time degree courses, and although there are vocational degree courses, higher education is still more about academic learning and research. It's worth noting that apprenticeships are also different to school leaver programmes, internships and work placements. So just for your information, when we're talking about school leaver programmes, these are considered to be real paid time jobs with training, and they're usually aimed at 18-year-olds and intended as an alternative to university, and they will require A-levels or equivalent in order to be accepted onto them. They may involve gaining qualifications, so professional finance qualifications, for example, but they are unique to each employer. They decide how to structure the training rather than following national standards, and this is the main difference from apprenticeships. Internships, on the other hand, are often paid, but this is not clear-cut and would depend on whether an intern is legally classed as a volunteer worker or an employee. They are unlikely to involve qualifications, but they can be really useful for gaining experience and helping people decide what career path interests them. When we talk about work placements, these are often offered as part of a college or university course. They can be short-term, so a few days or weeks, or long-term, so sandwich degrees that involve a year's study abroad or working, for example. Short-term placements are unlikely to be paid, but year-long placements would involve a contract and a salary. They can, like internships, be useful for gaining experience and helping people decide what career path interests them. So in terms of what your study would actually look like on an apprenticeship, during your apprenticeship, you'll spend a minimum of 6 hours per week doing what's known as off-the-job training. This structurally can vary depending on what you're doing. So it could be a day of the week, or it could be bunched into blocks of study at different points in the year. On a degree apprenticeship, this off-the-job training is essentially your university study time, and it will look quite similar to that of a full-time student. You'll complete university modules guided by subject experts through lectures, seminars and online activities, such as independent study and quizzes. Through this, you'll be developing your professional knowledge, skills and behaviours which are relevant to your job role and the apprenticeship standard that you're studying towards. Because you're balancing work and study time, your time management skills are essential to be successful on an apprenticeship. Alongside your full-time job, you'll be completing on-the-job training such as shadowing or with a mentor to further develop your professional skills. And because you're part-time, or studying part-time alongside your work, degree apprenticeships courses tend to be longer than the full-time degree. They can often be up to a year or two longer. To test your progression, you'll complete assessments which will vary depending on your course and your apprenticeships. Like a full-time degree, they could involve practical tests, examinations, assignments, and things like essays, written reports, that kind of thing. You'll also complete the endpoint assessment. This is the final state of an apprenticeship, and it assesses whether you've developed the skills, knowledge and behaviours required. Typically, this involves a portfolio of evidence and a professional interview. When you complete your apprenticeship, you'll have a full bachelor's degree, evidence that you're competent in a particular job role, relevant industry experience, a strong professional network, several years' salary under your belt, and other professional qualifications depending on your course. At the University of Exeter, we're a well-established provider of degree apprenticeships, and we were the first Russell Group provider to be inspected by Ofsted. We received a good rating across the board, with the inspection report stating that leaders demonstrate high aspirations for their apprenticeship programmes and an increasing number of apprentices enrol through non-traditional entry routes. The University of Exeter currently offers lots of undergraduate degree apprenticeships with 8 postgraduate ones, so 10 undergraduate, 8 postgraduate. We have over 1,500 apprenticeships training with us, and there are 5 undergraduate degree apprenticeships that are suitable for sixth form and college leavers. The others would require prior employment in the field. So you can see them here. We've got civil engineering, digital and technology solutions, financial services professional, accounting finance manager, and a project management course as well. I'll briefly talk about each of those courses here, but you can find lots more information about these on our website. We work with over 250 different employers at the university on our degree apprenticeship, so we have excellent industry links. These are just a few examples here, but again, you can find more information on our website. So our civil engineering course is a 5-year programme with 2 different pathways that you can follow, contracting or consultancy. This course is taught in residential blocks on our Streatham campus, and our current entry requirements are A, B, B for A level, including a B in maths and science. We do also accept other qualifications such as the BTEC and some T levels, the International Baccalaureate, so you can also find out more information about our entry requirements on our course pages on our website. We also have a Digital and Technology Solutions degree apprenticeship. This is a 4-year programme and with both blocks of residential study on campus and online learning. The entry requirements for this course are 3 Bs at A level. And this course offers the opportunity to specialise in areas such as software engineering, data analysis and cybersecurity. Our third course that we have suitable for school leavers is our Financial Services Professional, so our BSc in Applied Finance. This is a 4-year programme with specialist finance qualifications embedded as part of it, and it's delivered through in-person masterclasses as well as online activities. The entry requirements for this course will depend on the employer. Alongside this, we also have an Accounting Finance Manager degree apprenticeship, which again is a 4-year programme, and this course is suitable for those who are new to accountancy or who already have some experience in the field and are progressing their career with their organisation. Typically, entrants will have A levels or equivalent of 3 Bs, but the entry requirements would depend on the employer for this course as well. The study is varied across the financial service industry for this course, and programme apprentices will develop core knowledge of the structure of the financial services industry, as well as the relevant legal and regulatory framework and ethics, and will develop proficiency in relevant IT skills and software systems, and the approach to deliver fair client outcomes across the business setting, including best practice as well. So it's a really in-depth course. The last course I want to draw your attention to is our project management course. This is a 3-year programme and would typically ask for 3 Cs or equivalent level 3 qualifications, but the entry requirements would depend on the employer. This course would include 6 hours per week of off-the-job training, and as part of the end point assessment for this course, you'd spend 20 weeks working on a work-based project, and the final assessment of the apprenticeship and degree will be a professional review, and this is assessed through a formal presentation followed by an interview. So it's a really hands-on practical course that requires you to collect relevant evidence. Upon completion of this degree apprenticeship, you would achieve professional accreditation with the Chartered Management Institute and International Project Management Association, and the aim of this course is for graduates to be ready for senior roles. So it really does prepare you for project management, careers in project management. I just want to take a few moments to highlight what some of our degree apprentices have been up to. We have a diverse range of degree apprentices across our courses, as I've said, over 1,500, and we've had students winning awards, getting involved in really exciting projects, and so I think that's an important part to look at, is what students are able to access through their study with us. You can see here a day in the life of one of our degree apprentices. This is Ash, who's a digital technology apprentice and works for IBM, so a multinational technology corporation. She specialises in software engineering and contributes to software projects, and one thing that she found really beneficial is the no debt that's involved with studying for a degree apprenticeship, as well as earning a salary, and is really enjoying working with the team that she's been part of as well. Molly is one of our civil engineering degree apprentices and works for a large multidiscipline engineering consultancy within their Bridges team, and is based in Exeter. She's involved in all aspects of the asset life cycle, from design and construction to maintenance and demolition, and works closely with councils to maintain their structures and ensure that all the bridges you and I use daily are safe and capable of carrying today's traffic requirements. She said that the degree apprenticeship has allowed her to develop her technical skills in all areas of engineering, not just her discipline, and has given her the skills and confidence to expand her knowledge into cross-discipline projects. She said that the benefits of doing a degree apprenticeship, that it boosts your career significantly. Compared to the typical path of university and then work, by the time Molly finishes her part-time degree, which is only 2 years longer than a traditional degree, she will have amassed 5 years of direct industry experience and will have achieved professional accreditation within the industry. Elena has now finished her apprenticeship and is working as an AI engineer in IBM Client Engineering, and since finishing her apprenticeship. Before this and during her apprenticeship, she worked as a software engineer in IBM Engineering. Being an apprentice isn't always easy, and Elena shares here that the time management and planning ahead are important skills for an apprentice. No matter your employer, apprentices are supported by their mentors during the duration of the course, and there are also colleagues you can gain support from and learn from, including industry experts and networks with individuals from across the organisation. Elena was able to get a mentor in IBM Research that shared with her the AI engineer that she's now in, so it does show you the importance of making those industry links as part of your studies. Dimple is one of our engineering students as well, and works for Lang O'Rourke, one of the largest corporate partners. Her day job is at Thames Tideway, and she's been working on a super sewer project. And she said that as part of her degree apprenticeship, she's really valued being able to apply the skills taught on the programme to her role. And she won Degree Apprentice of the Year at the new Civil Engineering Awards. So really kind of flying high on her course as well. So I can hope you can see from this and from the information you've been given so far, apprenticeships can provide some amazing future prospects. And whilst employers aren't obliged to offer you a job at the end of your apprenticeship, they often do. Or some apprentices are moved to permanent contracts during their programme, so you have that financial security. You aren't, however, obliged to stay with that employer. You could take your skills and qualifications with you to another company, sector, or even another country. As a University of Exeter degree apprentice or graduate, you can also access support from our award-winning career service for life, and you can find information about our career zone on our website. Solid industry experience is what employers look for when recruiting. As a graduate of a degree apprenticeship programme, apprentices will be working in an exciting and relevant job from day one of their studies, meaning that they'll have both the professional and academic experience sought after by employers to drive impact within their organisation. So you're put in a really strong position for both current and future job opportunities. In terms of how to apply, you can find the same opportunities from a few different places at the moment. So you can look on training provider websites such as universities. They will often promote the vacancies they teach. The gov.uk website and other search engines are useful for finding apprenticeships. Or you can look on employer websites directly. Some sector websites also advertise degree apprenticeship vacancies. Most degree apprenticeships will recruit in the spring for a September start. There may be some others that start at different points in the year. The application process for a degree apprenticeship can vary, but you can expect to write about yourself, have an interview of some sort of either just a panel interview or an assessment centre, and show your passion about your chosen area. You currently don't apply through the same UCAS system that you apply for full-time degrees. This means you can submit your UCAS application and also apply for degree apprenticeships alongside that. UCAS are beginning to advertise apprenticeships, and they display apprenticeship vacancies alongside degree courses. However, when you click on a degree apprenticeship vacancy on the UCAS website, it will take you to the recruiter's site to apply. So you apply through your through the employer. It is worth noting that there's no site that includes all apprenticeship vacancies at the moment. Gov.uk probably has the most at the moment, but from autumn 2024, students will be able to apply for apprenticeships through the UCAS system, but it will still be a different application process from UCAS undergraduate courses based solely at universities. In terms of for some advice on your application, it's really worthwhile and obviously important to work towards strong grades. So check course-specific requirements, check the entry requirements and what the employer is looking for. It's also important to check the job description really carefully and the person specification, and provide evidence that you're meeting what your employer is looking for, the same as any job. You'll definitely need to have good communication skills, excellent time management skills. You'll need to demonstrate enthusiasm and ambition. To stand out from other candidates, it's important to research the business and the role you're applying for, so show that you know who the employer is and why you want to work for them. You can also make sure that you're making it clear that you're attending extracurricular activities that are relevant and the skills you've acquired, and relevant work experience relating to the apprenticeship. With this, it's less about what you've done, but more what you've learned from it. So how can you demonstrate that you've got the relevant skills that are needed to succeed on that course? Degree apprenticeships are available across a wide and growing range of job sectors and roles. However, as higher education is more established, it offers a bigger choice of programmes with a greater number of places available. Degree apprenticeships, as they are an area of growth, can be incredibly competitive. So it's really important to note that you shouldn't be discouraged if you're not successful on your first go. When this does happen, it's a good idea to try and get some feedback so you know where you might be able to improve in your next application. It's also recommended that you try to get support with your application and interview techniques. So speak to your careers advisor at school, speak to those around you, practice the interview process, and if you can, find out as much information as possible about what that interview process or assessment centre will involve, so you can make sure that you're not going to be caught by surprise on the day. So what you can see on this slide is a rough timeline of what your journey to applying for a degree apprenticeship might look like. But it is worth noting that not all apprenticeships will be advertised at the same time. They might start their recruitment process at different times of the year. So it's really important to be checking that website carefully wherever you're looking to find your apprenticeships. So normally around March time is when we'd advise starting to research the different options. As I've said, a lot of the apprenticeships will be advertised from springtime for a September start. In June is when the University Open Day starts, so it's worth visiting universities that you're considering as your training providers, and you can start to register for vacancy listings from September. November time is when you might be making your university application. December, January time, you might then see the vacancies that are going to be advertised for current apprenticeships once you're in your final year of school or college. February is National Apprenticeship Week, so there's lots of useful support and resources being released at that time. And around March, April time is where you might start to see the applications being checked, ready for interviews and assessment centres. May is when you'd get the university offer deadline for traditional university courses, and that's also when student finance applications close for if you're doing a full-time university-based course. That wouldn't apply for a degree apprenticeship, obviously, because you would have your tuition fees covered and you would be earning a salary. May, June time is when you reach your decision for applying to universities' offers. August is obviously when you'd be getting your A-level or equivalent results, and that's when confirmation and clearing would open for university courses. And August time would also where you might find some last-minute vacancies after results have been released, ready for a September-October start. As I've mentioned, vacancies are advertised by employers and will be promoted through our website on the university when they become available. So you would apply through your chosen company's website via the links which will be available, and Exeter would advertise when they are available. Candidates are welcome to apply for more than one vacancy, so you can submit more than one degree apprenticeship application. But please do be aware that each company will have their own recruitment process, and so the stages and timelines may vary. What you see here is a rough estimate. If an applicant is successful, they'll be offered a position as apprenticeship within the company, and an apprenticeship place on the programme will be confirmed by the University of Exeter if it is one of our courses you're applying for. And then we'd send further information about how to enrol as a student. If you haven't been successful the first time, please don't worry. Keep an eye out for other opportunities on our vacancies page as we post them up as and when they become available. So just a few key things to remember that I'd like you to take away from this session. So apprenticeships are a job with training. The tuition fees for a degree apprenticeship are paid for by your employer, so there's no student debt involved. As a member of staff and as a university student, you are earning and learning from the first day of your course. Apprenticeships give you a wide range of qualifications focused on a particular job role, and finishing an apprenticeship gives you a wide range of qualifications and transferable skills that you can take into your future career. You apply separately from UCAS for a degree apprenticeship, and you can also submit a UCAS application at the same time. You don't have to choose either or on point of application. And by finding you can find apprenticeship vacancies as they are advertised by employers. Applications can be really competitive for degree apprenticeships, so please do make sure you do your research to help you stand out from the crowd. The more you know about the employer, the better position you'll be to show that you would fit in. There are useful links and resources on this page here. The gov.uk website, as I've mentioned, is really useful for finding an apprenticeship, and it's currently where most apprenticeships are advertised. Amazing Apprenticeships is another good one, as well as the UCAS page. You can find information about our courses that we offer on our degree apprenticeships page at the University of Exeter. Not going to uni is also a good one to have a look at, as well as allaboutschoollevers.co.uk. So just some useful resources for you to have a look at. I just want to finish by pointing you in the direction of some other free resources that we have to help you support your young people on their journey to higher education. We have a programme of free online webinars for parents and supporters. And you can see the next two on there. By scanning the QR code on this screen, it will take you to our website where you can sign up for the webinars, but also find lots of other resources available to help you. And finally here, I've got another QR code. If your young person is interested in the University of Exeter, you can scan this and then fill in a quick form, and it will enable you to find out more about us, relevant information about our open days and that kind of thing. I hope that session has been useful. Please do get in touch with our admissions team if you have any questions. I've put the link to our website here so you can find our Discover University, which also has lots of other helpful resources. Good luck with your applications, and thank you very much.